Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my basement as we are about to do our measurement activity here. So before you will see a green table, which my son builds Legos on, and the meter stick. You'll notice it starts at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way to the next metal end, which we would be 100. On our opposite side is our inches. Right? But that's not what we're going to use. We are going to stick with the metric system. So, this entire stick, like we said, the size of a leg, or average person's leg, is 1 meter. Each one of these numbers here represents 1 centimeter. So, starting from this end, 1 is covered up, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4, 5, all the way to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22. You get the drift. Alright? In between our centimeters, we zoom in really close. If this thing zooms. Does it zoom? Does it not zoom? Maybe. There it is. Is our millimeters. And we can see that there are 10. Right? The little peak represents 5. There's 10 millimeters in between each centimeter. Okay? So here, for example, well, almost about to be here, is the Lego Batarang. Alright, we're getting really technical here, using the Lego Batman toys here. So I have set the edge of it near the 20. I'm going to call that 0. Right? I don't always like to use this metal end because you can't tell if it's been goofed up. Is it a true 0? So sometimes you just slide it down and maybe you start measuring from 10. Just so you have a nice 0 line. Kind of the idea of working smarter, not harder, right? So I'm going to use the 20 for 0. And we can see that it's 1, 2, approximately 3 centimeters in length. Very close. A little bit of a shadow there. If we rotate this guy. Yeah, it's pretty close to 3 centimeters. Not bad. Alright? If I look at it, I might say it's even a hair over. And that's what we're going to talk about, is what happens when you fall in between these lines, right? If we were confident that we were going to say the Batarang was 3 centimeters, okay, on a sheet of paper we would write 3, whoa, this is a little awkward holding the iPad and writing. I'm trying for you guys, really. 3.0 centimeters. Okay? Because this tells us that we have 0 millimeters involved. Alright? If you hear any hollering in the background, you can see my youngest son is not wild about going to bed. How fabulous. Alright, next let's see if we measure something else here. Here's a pen cap. Right? You know what, I should use best practice like I mentioned before. Put it right on a 10 line. Yep, sorry, you're staring at nothing. There we have it. Come on, focus for me. Alright, so there's our pen cap, starting at 10. We come down to the other end, and we have a shadow. Awesome. Let's try and fix this shadow here a little bit. Alright. And we can see that that guy is not 6 centimeters long. Right? There's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, I shouldn't say 16. 16 on the ruler, but actually 6 centimeters because we're starting at 10. Okay? And I would say that that doesn't even... So, if it's less than 6, then that tells us it's approximately... Let's see here. 5.9 centimeters. So I'm saying 5 centimeters plus 9 millimeters. 5.9. Okay? Where we have to be tricky is when objects are in between lines. Right? Let's say the pen cap doesn't make it. Here. let's say I have an object that I'm measuring. Okay? And let's say this is 5.9 centimeters. And this is 6.0 centimeters. And once again, I'm not in focus. This is tricky, folks. The camera's out the left-hand corner. I'm writing right-handed, so I'm writing under the iPad. It's awesome. It's a whole learning experience for you and me. Okay? Let's pretend we're zoomed in between a millimeter. Okay? So this distance here is 1 millimeter. Yeah, that's hard to read. 1 millimeter. Okay? And if that is to occur, you need to estimate where this edge is. Okay? Because if you said 5.9, you're wrong. If you said 6.0 centimeters, you're wrong. Because it's in between them. The question is where in between them? So you need to divide this up into 10 little itty-bitty slices, and you need to estimate it. Okay? Estimate it to the nearest 0.01 millimeters. Okay? I'm sorry, that would be centimeters, or 0.1 millimeters. Okay? So, when I look at this, I'm going to say it's about 5.96 centimeters. See, I'm adding another digit. This is increasing my precision. I'm getting very, 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 very precise measurements now. Okay? So when you end up in between, just don't round it to the nearest here or the nearest there. I'm not going to accept that. I need you to be very precise. And if something falls into between, then you need to estimate it. If it falls directly in between, okay? If it falls directly in between, once again, now let's pretend this is, I don't know, 4.7 centimeters, and this is 4.8 centimeters. If it's directly in between, then you should be saying 4.75 centimeters, right? If it's a little under, maybe it's 0.7, 0.74, 0.73. If it's almost 4.8, then maybe you put 4.79 centimeters. Okay? But you're saying that this is accurate to that place, because that's where you're estimating. Okay? So that, in part, is how we're going to do things in physics. All right? Take a look at this sheet of paper here. Let's see where this guy ends up. All right, so I got this bent tab. It's not working with me really well, but we'll try it. Hope I don't make you motion sickness here. So if I slide this guy down, right, we're still right back here. No, I goofed it up. Measure twice, cut once, right? Think shop class. So I'm starting at 20. Alright? And that's 50, so we have 10, 20, but we're not at 30, are we? So we're looking at 27, and here's a nice example, right? It's right in between the lines. So we're looking at 27.567, 27.7, alright? So we're going to write that down. 27.7. Alright, 27.7 centimeters. And now I have to estimate it. I think I might have bumped it, but still. Let's get focused here. Now I have to estimate it. It's not at 0.8. It's 27.7 what? I would look at that, and if that was the actual location, I would say 27.78 centimeters. If that makes sense to you guys. Well, we're at like 9.5 minutes. That's plenty. Hope this gives you a good introduction of things. And questions, comments, concerns, feelings? We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll do a quick review. Sorry this came out late, but take a peek at it tomorrow. It'll help you out.